One day after shooting, GOP lawmakers make startling admission that has liberals panicking. Although so-called progressives have been desperately trying to spin yesterday's horrors, in which the crazed liberal opened fire on Republicans, it seems that not everyone is so keen on the idea. In fact, GOP lawmakers recently came forward to make quite the startling admission, and it has liberals panicking, as it comes just one day after the shooting. On Wednesday, a horrible incident left 5 people in the hospital after a gunman opened fire on the baseball field in Alexandria, Virginia, while the field was occupied by members of Congress as they practiced for an upcoming charity baseball game. While most Americans were heartbroken to hear that a single gunman did, a few extreme leftists decided to use the pain and suffering of the other people to further the liberal agenda. As a result, we saw a flurry of Republicans deserved this. Wow. And Trump should have been the one that was shot comments. This is disgraceful. Disgraceful. This is what our world is coming to. However, the worst came as Democrats actually suggested that this was a reason to strip Americans of their Second Amendment rights, despite the fact that the gunman was a flaming liberal himself who was neutralized with a gun. It hasn't stopped his fellow liberals in their anti-gun pursuits. Really. Unfortunately for them, they got shot down as GOP lawmakers made a startling admission. Just one day after the shooting, according to the Daily Caller, Texas Republican Representative Roger Williams, a player on his party's congressional baseball team, agreed with colleagues saying that members having firearms would have been better for them when a gunman shot at the team Wednesday morning. Well, it took the second shot for me to understand what was happening here, Williams explained. We were sitting ducks. I mean, we had nothing to fight back with but bats, if it got to that. We were sitting ducks. I think he was not able to get on the field because the gate was locked on the other side. If he had gotten on the field, it would have been a bad situation. But he was not able to do that, but we were sitting ducks. He even went so far as to offer a solution that would allow for such a scenario to be an impossibility from here on out. When asked if he thinks members should be able to carry firearms in the Capitol and other currently restricted places, well, we'll give you one guess on what he said. Remember 2 things, he replied. Well, first of all, I'm for the Second Amendment, a big Second Amendment guy, and I'm for Texas, so yes, I would have felt a lot more comfortable if we were able to do that. No matter how hard the left tries to spin everything, this case is a gleaming example of why Americans are safer with guns. Criminals like this madman will always find a way to get their hands on guns, period. That includes breaking the law, which is exactly what this madman did. If these would-be killers don't mind the possibility of committing murder, which is already a crime, why should they mind committing another crime to get a gun to do that? When gun laws are passed, they only affect the people who actually follow the rules, i.e. law-abiding citizens. In the end, it was a good guy with the gun, who everyone was lucky was there, who put down this crazed attempted murderer. Just imagine if everyone would have been armed. My guess is there would have been far fewer people shot, and this guy wouldn't have been able to get off 5 rounds, let alone the 50 that he did. Absolutely true. Notice these crazed, take away the guns. Yeah, take away the guns just like they did in London from the police officers. And the people had to fight the people of the offenders off with chairs. I mean, does that make any sense? And the cops were running away. Unreal. And these Democrats, that's all they push for. The law-abiding citizens are not the problem. Somebody who's going to be exactly like they said, somebody who's going to commit this sort of act is not going to ask if it's legal to get a gun or not. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.